there, my name's Rachel Blum, and I am a skier, hiker, and biker who lives in Tahoe City. I coach sometimes with the Courage Project, and they asked me to talk about skiing and what it means to me and what it's done for my confidence. So I figured I'd kind of go through the timeline and really thought about the main things that it's done for me. So I kind of made a list that I'm going to go off of and elaborate on. When I was a kid, I grew up in a single-parent home, and the number one thing I think that my mother was able to give to me was skiing. She doesn't ski, neither did my dad, so it was pretty cool that they found value in it at such a young age and found people that could teach me how to ski, because it's been a lifelong activity and teacher of a lot of different things for me. Originally, it got me outside and it motivated me to do really well in school. I grew up in Michigan, and the resorts are pretty small, and they offered free passes to people that did well in school. So if you had a 4.0, you got a free pass, and then there were bigger discounts based on your grades at that point. So that was pretty cool. It kept me motivated to do my homework, and then I could go night skiing once I finished that. But I also got a free pass, which was super helpful with a single parent income. And then once I moved to Idaho, it became my Christmas present every year, and that was just such an awesome gift to be able to spend my weekends skiing Sun Valley and going out and hanging out with my friends on the hill. It kept me motivated to be active in high school. My friend and I would jump in the car with her mom at 8:05. If you missed the 8:05 call, then you got left behind and didn't get to go skiing or had to find a different ride. And that continued once we both got our driver's license. We would tag team who got to drive, and it kept us out of trouble. We didn't really party much because we didn't want to feel bad in the morning, and would rather go spend our days skiing all day. So that was pretty cool. All through high school, it gave me a purpose on the weekends and something to do during my breaks. I mentioned it before, it gave me access to the outdoors. I grew up in rural places in Michigan and Idaho, and it showed me a new way to have fun outside and helped me fall in love with fresh air and being outside. It became my place of calm and a place to go when I was feeling troubled. Everything would slow down and make a little bit more sense once I got to go out and ski. And that transferred into summer with hiking and mountain biking. And it's become a lifelong safe place for me. So when I get flustered or I feel troubled, I take a step back and I go skiing or I go mountain biking, and it distracts me from the issue at hand, but also helps me come back to my problems or my issues and have a new sense of clarity and just kind of clear my mind so that I could spend more time making better decisions on what was having or giving me a hard time. It also gave me a lot of confidence and freedom. I felt like I could be myself skiing, and it also taught me how to problem solve. I never did ski team or anything, so I didn't have those confines to define skiing for me. So it was pretty cool that I was able to turn skiing into whatever I wanted it to be. And that became, like I said, a safe place to go clear my head or to go out and socialize with my friends. I feel like when you learn how to make decisions for yourself, whether it be in a sport or with your friends, you can branch off from the group and go take your own run and do what you want. And I thought that that was pretty cool because it taught me how to make decisions for myself and what felt right for me and what was good for my abilities at the time. And I feel like those skills are really transferable. You can take it from the slopes or from the backcountry or from the trail and apply that into your life. If you're not vibing with what people are doing, you can have the confidence to speak up and branch off, and that's okay, and do your own thing. And I thought that that was super valuable. Just being able to make my own path and my own opinions on the sport, and then also in other things that I do. As I grew up, I moved to Lake Tahoe for college and would go skiing in between my classes to help clear my mind. But then I discovered that Squaw Valley had an awesome ski team, shocker, and I started coaching for the Mighty Mites and then later for the Big Mountain team. I was a coach for 6 or 7 seasons, and through that I learned a lot about leadership and decision making for groups and a lot about communication. I went to school for an outdoor education program, so I got the baseline there, but I was able to apply the skills that I was learning in school to see what was working for the 12 kids that I was in charge of for the day, and gauge their reactions to the choices I was making and the runs we were taking, and see how they struggled and overcame those things. So it was awesome to learn about decision making and how to communicate to a group when there were disagreements on where we were going, or how to help make everybody content with what we were doing. And I think that that's super valuable because I'm pretty good at breaking things down and communicating in different situations. So it was a valuable skill there. It also has brought me the most amazing community. I would say 90% of my friends participate in outdoor programs. Not even programs, more sports. So it's skiing, biking, hiking, and I have met the best people through this activity. They are lifelong friends that I have something in common with, and we can go and do this together for the rest of our lives. And that brings in a whole nother support team. When you're having a hard time, friends are awesome to lean on and bounce ideas off and come back to your home base with a little bit of outside input. So that was really special. Most importantly, I think that it's helped me manage my diabetes. I am a type 1 diabetic, and even when I wasn't doing such a good job managing my health, my skiing and biking and hiking really kept me motivated to stay healthy, eat well, so that I could do this forever. I realized the pattern was, if you aren't taking care of your body and taking care of your health, you start to lose yourself and not be able to ski or bike or hike the way you want to. So this was a huge motivating factor for me to stay healthy and fit so that I could keep doing the things that brought me joy and escape from my diabetic woes. So that's been pretty special. And it's not to say that skiing is done teaching me by any means. I still have hard days on the hill, and recently I have started getting involved in backcountry activities like touring, and this is still super frustrating for me. I'm not a strong skinner. Going uphill is hard, and I do give up sometimes, but I think having the skills that skiing inbounds has taught me has helped me transfer how to overcome my troubles or my fears or the struggles that I have while I'm touring. So I'm constantly working on that. Even just a couple days ago, I had to overcome a frustrating factor of skiing, which brings me so much joy, but also some frustration. So it's not to say that it's always easy, but it definitely helps get you outside yourself and get you outside of your brain when it wants to shut you down. You can get creative and overcome those battles. So those are just a few ways that skiing has made me a better person and a more confident person, and I hope that you can find a sport that does that for you, and I hope to see you out on the slopes.